Hey fam, wanted to bring you this clip on Iran because there's a lot of BS going on, right? So I want to watch this clip. It's Stephen A. Smith talking about Iran and why they need to be destroyed, and then we'll get into it.
Bruh, thank you.
You got a lot of damn nerves to be in the face of American people saying for numerous administrations, Iran is a problem. They have to be dealt with. Iran's a problem. They have to be dealt with. And then this man deals with them, and then all of a sudden you're complaining about him now. Right. It doesn't really make sense. There's a lack of consistency.
Hypocrites. Now listen to this.
I am formally announcing my intention to cut off all trade and investment with Iran.
Our second goal is to prevent regimes that sponsor terror from threatening America or our friends and allies. Iran aggressively pursues these weapons and exports terror, while an unelected few repress the Iranian people's hope for freedom.
I strongly believe that our national security interest now depends upon preventing Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon.
Well, I can say to you, Iran will never get a nuclear weapon on my watch, as they say.
And as President of the United States, I would never allow the world's #1 state sponsor of terror to obtain a nuclear weapon. I said that for a long time. And I didn't.
Bruh, thank you.
You got a lot of damn nerves.
Okay, so first off, very true. President Trump is the first president who had the courage and conviction to do what needed to be done. It needs to be done, which is destroying this Islamic regime, this jihadist, radical jihadist, authoritarian regime in Iran, which is illegally occupying Iran as a non-free state. And I want you to understand a couple things about Iran and why this is more than just politics. This is actually spiritual warfare. Because Iran believes in a religious government that commands legal pedophilia, legal rape, and enslavement of women. That is what they believe. And so I'm going to walk you through this. They want to kill anyone who opposes their beliefs under their version of a false Sharia law. There are countless videos out there of good Muslims who do not believe in this insanity as a result of their belief, right, that they must, in the name of their God, who is Satan, who is the great deceiver, who's deceived them into believing legal pedophilia is commanded by God. That's a blasphemy. We don't have that here. It is incompatible with Western values. They don't believe in freedom of speech. So let's talk about Iran. Iran is the #1 sponsor of state terrorism. You might go, I don't believe you, Matt. Great. Why don't you input into ChatGPT the following question? Hey ChatGPT, do American national security professionals consider Iran the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism globally? This is what it gave me. Yes. Short answer, yes. Long answer, yes in a lot of words. Okay? That's the answer. They are the largest supporter of terrorism around the world. Hamas is funded and aligned with Iran. Hamas had choices back in the day. They could have gone with the government of Morocco. They could have gone with a bunch of other Islamic nations. They chose Iran. Hezbollah, the Houthis, militias in Iraq, in Syria, terrorist cells all around the world, a partnership with the Haqqani Network and Al-Qaeda. They are a global terrorist regime and the primary sponsors of the Muslim Brotherhood, a now designated terrorist organization that my organization has been dedicating to exposing and eradicating from the United States and from Western society. Okay? Don't believe this because ChatGPT is an AI? No problem. Let's go to 10 years ago, February 14th, 2017. This is General James Mattis, who is Defense Secretary. Here's what he has to say.
As far as Iran goes, this is the single biggest state sponsor of terrorism in the world. It does no good to ignore it. It does no good to dismiss it. And at the same time, I don't see any need to increase the number of forces we have in the Middle East at this.
So, largest sponsor of terrorism in the world. This is why they are demonic. They recently slaughtered, current estimates from the Trump administration, 42,000 civilians. Israeli estimates are higher, closer to 100,000. Time magazine, back when it first happened, said 30,000. They slaughtered them for protesting, for expressing freedom of speech. They do not want to live under this demonic government. What do they believe? I made a claim. Let's see if I can back it up. It's here on my blog. You can go to my blog and read about this. The legal age of consent in Iran is 9. Put it into ChatGPT and ask. The leader of Iran, based off intelligence that we have that has been disseminated, may he rest in hell for eternity. He's now dead, thank God, Baruch Hashem. A former leader of Iran, rapes little boys in his spare time because that's his religion. That is what they command. That is why they want to kill Christians and Jews and occupy the world. It is a very dark and demonic thing that the mainstream media will not talk about. And the question is why. So this is why. God does not want this to happen. This is a blasphemy upon the earth. Anybody in our society advocating for that should be put in a mental institution. We all know that. Children cannot consent. It is insanity. There are plenty of articles that you can go research about child marriages in Iran. It's in the former, may he again rest in hell. It is in his book. He talks about having sex with babies and little kids, and that God thinks that's good. Okay? That's what we're dealing with. So you may wonder, why is this all happening? Because this is stage 4 cancer. And no one else, no American leader has had the balls to do what President Trump did, which is destroy them. And I know we don't want war. And I know gas prices is tough when it goes up. But guess what? You know what's worse? A nuclear bomb going off, because they will use it. They're fundamentalists. They believe in the most insane things in the world. And thank God that Trump did this, because now the entire Muslim world has seen that they are demonic. And that they cannot work with these folks. They must destroy them. And you know what's happening right now? They're okay with the higher oil prices. Even though volume's down, their numbers are the same. They want Iran destroyed. Why?
بله تو آزادی مسلمونی میخوای بری بیدین شی به جهنم مردشور خودتو ببرن و دینداری تو سر به تنت نباشه.
You don't want to be Muslim, according to these guys? Death. That's what they believe. You don't want to be Muslim, and the way they want to be Muslim, and that they want to do whatever they want with your little children? Death. That is what their God commands. That's not the God of Israel. That is not the King of the universe. That is not the Lord Almighty. That is pure demonic BS. It must be rebuked. It must be destroyed. And just like Nazi Germany, it is not fun and ideal to have to go fight. Nobody wants that. But justice matters. And if you don't deal with evil in your midst, there's a reason we have rule of law. There's a reason we send criminals to jail. And their version of reality is counter to all of our values. And they want to impose it upon the world through violence. So they must be destroyed. It's that simple. It's that simple. You can come here and read about child brides committing suicide. Of course. They can't consent. They're kids. They're little kids. It's horrible. Anyways, thank God for President Trump. Thank God for our leadership right now. Because there is a spiritual warfare effort. This war has been going on for 2 months. It feels like it's been going on for 20 years, according to the media. They don't even talk about Ukraine, do they? They don't talk about the millions, 23 million facing starvation in Africa. They don't talk about that. Why? Ask that question. Why is Iran so important to the people who run the world? Why must they keep Iran afloat? Who is really pulling the strings behind Iran? Keep asking those questions. Keep seeking those answers. Stay curious. I love you.